love, and third eye vibrations. What's going on with y'all, man? Hey, this is number 4. How to maintain a free mind in a controlled society. I have very little inspiration for this video. I don't have any notes. So as I look around and search for inspiration to speak to y'all on this camera in this video, I found no other than the Kybalion. I have 2 Instagram lives on my page, Angelo.CTRL, where I went in on the Kybalion briefly. This is so expansive, so much in it to talk about, think about. I could make hours and hours and videos just on this thin book right here. But the videos I have on my Instagram page, y'all could go check out if you want somewhat of a preview to this. But it's not even gonna be like a step-by-step, lesson-by-lesson thing. I'm gonna just open it up and we gonna go. So, page 38, y'all. The infinite mind of the all is in the womb of universes, the Kybalion. The principle of gender is manifested on all planes, material, mental, and spiritual. In, I want to say my second video from these recent videos, I went over the 7 Hermetic principles. The principle of gender is the 7th one. So in the beginning of the book, it lays out a small detail of each principle, and gender being number 7. Masculine energy and feminine energy, masculine principle and feminine principle, manifesting on all planes of existence, manifesting in all things. With you understanding that your mind is all and the universe is mental, and every single thing on this planet started from the mind and manifested physically. So your brain having the left side, the left hemisphere, which is predominantly masculine thought, masculine energy, and your right brain having more of a feminine, intuitive, creative, nurturing, compassionate energy. Of course, there are a lot of brain imbalances going on this planet, which I detailed to y'all in my last video. But the principle of gender is it's essential in my eyes because it allows you to rest within the duality of this planet, of this game of life that we living in. So when you're pressured in this culture to be a man, to be ladylike, do the things that people do, appease and live up to the standards that people live up to, you should find solace and peace knowing that everyone and everything has its masculine and feminine principle within it. Meaning, there is no pure black and white of something being manly or being womanly. It's all intertwined. And the androgyny of us all, the androgyny of our spirits, the androgyny of our minds, it just is. It is what this is. Down here, us souls having a human experience split into the polarity of man and woman. Now, of course, we're in 2023, where there's a spectrum, a wide range of gender identification. And whatever side of the scale, spectrum a person may fall on or identify with, any individual will display quote unquote masculine energies and feminine energies regardless of their gender. So all of the words, labels, and titles that we put on things in this world, it really makes things complex and somewhat hard to understand, but the basis of life does lie in the Kybalion. The basis of life does lie in natural law and in your chakra system and in understanding your human body. Again, souls having a human experience drop down into this 3D matrix, into this geometry called the human body, splits into the polarity, masculine and woman. Now, spirit, from my interpretation, is neither masculine or feminine. Spirit is, of course, an ambiguous energy intertwined and mixed in with both. So when a person, again, the pole of vibration, spirit, mental, physical, death, decay. Because again, death in a sense is an illusion. Nothing is ever fully at rest, according to the Kybalion, Law 3, and the Law of Vibration. So, with that being said, y'all, I don't know what I said, y'all, but I do have something important that I want to talk to y'all about. I'm going to reconnect my mind and get this out. So when you're raising in vibration, raising in spirit that displays from any individual is nameless, is genderless, is without identification. It's a raw energy of what you are, your astrological makeup, your environmental makeup, and your physiology paired with your mental, your ego, your likes, your preferences, everything that is mixed up into the pot and manifests as an individual's spirit, character, or personality is less or more ambiguous the higher you get up into the scale. But the more we fall down into dense matter and names and labels and titles and emotional associations with things, it gets cloudy, it gets muddy, and it creates opposition, it creates polarizations. Again, I mentioned to y'all the polarization dialectic. Either side of a pole of a given A or B, and you choose to fall on it and identify with it, not only do they have a solution waiting in place to curve your mind back into the box that they want it to be in, but it works to their benefit and favor for you to fall on either side of the polarization. I mentioned to y'all the word solipsism. I'm going to go in and explain that term to y'all before I open the Kybalion back up. But the term solipsism, I believe etymologically it's broken down solus, solace, meaning one, solo, ipse, or ism, solipsism. I'm not sure that exact breakdown off the top of my head, but to be a solipsistic individual is basically the idea that only your mind is sure to exist. This is your individual game, this is your individual matrix, and no one else exists. Everything else is a figment of your imagination. Only one's mind is sure to exist. Now, it's interesting because this, at the same time, cannot be proven. I remember as a kid, I was a heavy solipsist. Shit, for a long time, just thinking about my own mindset, my own thought processes, and again, being an only child, of course, had me drawn back into my mind, thinking, analyzing, weighing options and scenarios, thinking about other people, their life, my life. And I remember at like 8 years old, I had the thought, like, none of these people are really real. This is really just my life. I could really do whatever I wanted. But of course, there are physical consequences in this world. And even my 8-year-old self was well aware enough to not step over certain boundary lines within this culture, society. But even thinking about that, y'all, I was very solipsistic. So any person within their conscious mind, within the voice in their head, their ego, their id thoughts, A lot of people are solipsistic. Now, again, I told y'all how it can develop from either side of the brain imbalance. From you being right brain dominant, of course, the external expression of a right brain dominant person on an extreme level, again, heavy religious belief and identification, passive mindset, slave mindset, listening to what another person tells you to do. And one of the biggest ones, and okay, let me make sure that y'all are on track, and let me make sure that my brain doesn't go faster than my mouth can speak. But one of the heaviest forms of solipsism, and it can be generated from both ends. So if you go extreme solipsistic left brain mentality, this trait of solipsism will develop. And if you go extreme right brain solipsistic mentality, this trait can develop. And this is the trait that there is no purpose to life. This creation, you can have the mindset of a creator, of a God, and even still you're in the mindset that free will does not exist. There is no purpose, no reason for this reality but to continue, and you have no say-so in what happens. That is a deep right brain, overbalanced, solipsistic point of view. Now your left brain, logical masculinity individual that may have a solipsistic point of view develops potentially through the ideology that this scientism world, this space, this great cosmos, Big Bang Theory, generated from that one boom, and here we are in this manifested reality with synchronicities and randomness and chaos. And the ultimate mindset is there is also no purpose, and this is a world of randomness, and there is no God. So it's easier to fall into this solipsistic belief because it's just your reality. You can affect whoever you want to affect, and of course, if you're not being hurt or harmed or feeling anything from what is going on in the world, you're left alone. Now, I mentioned how this mental phenomenon cannot be disproven, so it's very interesting. Nonetheless, again, that is what solipsism is. Again, this is the Kybalion. Do not jump to the conclusion that we are teaching that there is male and female God or creator. That idea is merely a distortion of the ancient teachings on the subject. The true teaching is that the all in itself is above gender, as it is above every law, from which the laws proceed, and it is not subject to them. But then the all manifests on the plane of generation or creation. Then it acts according to law and principle, for it is moving on the lower plane of being. So basically expressing that the all, the creator, if it is a creator, again, to personify this potential creator of this world is to fall into a religious mindset or a theology. A theology is your identification with what you believe created this world, what you believe God is. So the Kybalion the writers of it tries to stray away from that, from identifying, personifying, or really putting a label on whatever the infinite creator is other than the all. So what is the all? The all is mind, and the universe is mental. Your mind, my mind, our mind, their mind is creating and generating this world that we live in. The aggregate energy, collective consciousness that we all live in is all from mental creations. Now, again, I explained to y'all how everything that you see coming in is your perception. And you project your reality onto the world, what you see, what you think, what you feel, all of the above. And the all, again, manifest on all planes. Vibration is ubiquitous. Vibration, the realm of spirit, that energy is ever present. Everything is vibrating, everything is moving, everything is here with a trace of the all, again, according to the Kybalion. The Kybalion explains in the beginning of the book how this is not to introduce a new philosophy, a new religion, a new way of being, a new life, a new this, a new that. It specifically states that these teachings, this information is all more knowledge for you to apply to your already existing life. The things you see, the things you go through, the things you observe, you can apply through these 7 principles and understandings that they detail. Boom. You see what you get, you see what you can, what lines up. You determine how true it is. You determine if it's something that could benefit you. You determine if it's even real. Your subjective reality is ultimately your reality. The solipsistic point of view cannot be disproven, but I will personally say that I think that it serves you less to remain in a solipsistic mindset, to remain in a belief that this is only you here experiencing and feeling the physical world. Some of y'all that are holistic, loving, compassionate, caring, could hardly even relate to a mindset of someone being that deep into, don't nobody else exist. But again, left brain ideology or left brain thought processes that go so deep into logical, masculine overbalance. The limbic system, which is the part of your brain that facilitates emotions and gets all of the energy, chemicals, hormones out throughout your body. So anyone that is this masculine, dominant, logical, analytical could also be clinically termed a psychopath, but physically what is happening inside the brain, their limbic system is being shut down from chronic overuse of the left brain, chronic overanalyzing, chronic black and white thinking, essentially allowing the right brain to atrophy. Again, psychopathy generated from left brain overbalance, and then depression, self-loathing, so much other negative shit is generated from the right brain imbalance, all the way to the point where you're so victimized by this world, you feel as if you have no say-so or ability to change or ability to make change occur in conformity with your will. The magician's spiritualist textbook definition of magic. M-A-G-I-C-K. M-A-G-I-C is the Hollywood magic, cameras, this, that, the other. So Aleister Crowley said that he wanted to make a clear distinction from that magic versus this spiritual magic that I even feel myself on camera getting more into the energy of what I'm doing, but I also understand that energy flows and the rhythm of life is just this and that. Today is Tuesday. Tuesday is Mars Day. Mars Day is a war energy. I feel some drive. I just left the gym. It's cold outside. I had to get motherfucking snow off of my car. There's a lot living in this fucking tundra. I was even saying to myself earlier how the fact that snow falls at this rate and it disrupts the economic flow to this level at times, and it's not even that bad out here in Cleveland, Ohio. It's like a 6 out of 10. I've seen fucking 12 out of 10s. I was actually just in a blizzard in Colorado, like a hard blizzard, and that's just, it's crazy. The capitalist mindset, I know a lot of people is against capitalism. I'm not necessarily against capitalism. I'm against all forms of government and society, but to capitalize is just to make profit. It's just to gain more material, more wealth. And that is, again, a God-given right to any sentient being on this planet to collect and to work and to receive the optimal trade value for their output. I've been looking into socialism, communism, different stuff, but it's a lot of people, people maybe under age of 25 in America that are pro-socialist and pro-Marxist, and it is what it is. But it's just any of y'all watching me, whatever government thing that could be proposed, whatever government idea or construct, understand that it's all word magic, and that it's all word magic, and trying to usurp your brain into thinking that an authoritative figure reigning over you is just fair. It's not. It's not how the game of life is supposed to be played, but that's how it is being played. Again, the dark occultists use this information and a lot of other information to maintain a power differential over those they perceive as their inferiors. It's been going on for hundreds, thousands of years. The last hundreds of years, it's been picked up heavy, especially with the rise of technology. It makes it that much more abrasive on you as a person. Boom. This idea may seem startling to some of you who hear it for the first time, but you have really passively accepted it in your everyday conceptions. You speak of the fatherhood of God and the motherhood of nature of God, the divine father and nature, the universal mother, and have thus instinctively acknowledged the principle of gender in the universe. Is this not so? Father Time and Mother Nature. Now, in my original Kybalion, I got like 5 of these bitches. In my original Kybalion, that is written in to such a degree and highlighted and decoded. I had the download reading it, that Father Time, left brain, logical, time-based, again, a man-made construct. Father Time paired with Mother Nature, right brain, natural, holistic nature, came together and birthed this reality. Of course, we within the shell are what? Masculine and feminine. Your pineal gland symbolizes more of a masculine output as far as what you can imagine, what you can bring into your world, what you can think, what you can see, what you can do, what you can create. Your pituitary gland, more associated with your limbic system, is tied in with your emotions, tied in with your physiology, tied in with your spirit, tied in with your 7th chakra, your connection to the higher power, whatever you deem that higher power. Of course, a goddamn atheist is gonna be cynical and doubtful and skeptical to things of this world, spiritual concepts, this, that, and the other. Again, crown chakra blocked or neglected from not having or not even wanting or caring to have that spiritual tie, potentially being so left brain dominant and overanalyzing, overthinking, overly confirming what you believe to be true in your own mind, that you shut out what the rest of the world can be telling you, oftentimes out of rebellion. But a lot of y'all rebellion don't go far enough. A lot of y'all rebellion don't go far enough because you're not educating yourself. You just a blind soldier. You just a blind puppet if you out here just screaming and rebelling out of anger, but not turning the knowledge inward, understanding what they understand, and allowing yourself to be the God, generator, organizer, and dispenser of your reality. I mean, to each their own. Again, y'all, I mentioned how the concept of reincarnation, our souls, we within the shell, constantly coming back here, constantly in a cycle of death and rebirth, being born again, figuring it out, and getting it right until we reach that state of nirvana. Now, your individual souls contract, your Akashic records, your DNA, who you were in your past life, what your past mission is brought over to this current life. Is it any wonder that you, the child, feel that instinctive reverence for the awe, which feeling we call religion, that respect and reverence for Father Mind? Is it any wonder that when you consider the works and wonders of nature, you are overcome with a mighty feeling which has its roots away down in your inmost being? Is it the mother mind that you are pressing up close to, like the babe to a breast? Think about that, y'all. Tree huggers. People love nature. Again, you have a masculine side of yourself and a feminine polarity to yourself. Both should be nurtured, both should be cared for, both should be given attention to, so you're not lacking. So you're not lacking in holistic intelligence and brain balance. If you in a stage of your life where you're making money, being disciplined, you're going to want to exercise more of your masculinity. We only live in a capitalist society called America, where it does benefit and incentivize you to be logical, masculine, disciplined, go-getter, productive. Serves you a lot less to be quote unquote lazy, pleasure-seeking, gluttonous. Again, words and titles that may sound bad, but it's just a person having their human experience. All right, y'all. One last passage to read out of. And death is not real, even in a relative sense. It is but birth to a new life, and you shall go on and on and on to higher planes of life for eons upon eons. This universe is your home, and you shall explore it to the furthest recesses before the end of time. You are dwelling in the infinite mind of the all, and your possibilities and opportunities are endless, both in time and space. Again, infinite abundance, creation, love, freedom. The main words that come to my mind from reading an excerpt like that from the Kybalion. I told y'all that death, of course, is not real. The quote-unquote cessation of energy or spirit doesn't exist. Something is always vibrating. Of course, we leave the body once the body is laid to rest, but even the body is still decaying. Even the processes within that is all happening. But your spirit will go on and on and on. I think the idea of reincarnation is actually a easy one to settle into in this current physical world that we live in, this current state of reality. Again, to claim no religion, to claim no theology, to be one of spirit and one of truth, reincarnation, because nothing in death, nothing after death can be proven. What happens? Where do we go? How does it look? Who's there? None of it can be proven. It's all speculation, theories, mythologies, this and that. Of course, Egyptian mythology details that our souls down here are weighed on the scales of Mayat, and if your heart is heavy, with emotional junk and gathered information and energy and things that you're going to carry on with you, baggage to the next life, by the time of your death, whenever that time may be, if your heart is heavy, if you are not fully liberated and living in a state of salvation, according to Egyptian mythology, your soul is going to be weighed on the scales of Mayat, your heart. So if it's not lighter than the feather, you get dropped back down, you do it again. Nirvana is not reached, is not achieved. Back down into the cycles of reincarnation. And that has a name that I can't think of. All right, y'all. I feel as if this was a quick video, but my camera says 33, so I know what that number means to me. This video may not get to 33 minutes, but I love y'all. May you never relax your principles. May you tap into these 7 principles and keep this shit simple, bro.